Yeah, then they are not committing crimes. I want to welcome some more people in as well. Welcome to the show, DJ Genesis. Welcome to the show, the beautiful MJ, and also Conscious Moron. Let's try to keep that line right there. Let's try to keep it in that order. And I believe Bomb got something to say. She want to speak to the young men as well. So I just want to get everybody voices in. So DJ Genesis, MJ, Conscious Moron. Then we got Bomb Cherry. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to also point out I used to live in DC. I was actually stationed in Washington, DC at Bowling Air Force Base. And I did get to see, DC was once considered Chocolate City. And it at some point was the murder capital. They called it the murder capital. They were very proud of that, at the time that I was staying there. However, today you see less crime there. You see that the crime rates have gone down, but the homeless situation has not gone down. And now you see that they're rounding up homeless people, but they don't have places to put them, right? So, okay, now you have pantries and things like that that normally feed the homeless that are used to getting like maybe 100 people. Now there's 400 people in line. So it's like they're trying to solve a problem, um, but with with a machine gun, like they're trying to kill a spider with a machine gun.
Mm. Okay.
Now, if
I
they
like
would have
it.
came back in the days in the 80s when you had, some real stuff going on, okay. But right now, things are actually are progressing a lot better in DC. But why don't we really address what the real issue is homelessness, displacement, things like that. Um, the veteran population that leaves up out of the military that ends up homeless and they end up on the streets of Washington, DC, and
Mm.
let's not criminalize black people and say, oh, okay, well, we're the ones that are responsible for all the crime, so he's right for doing this. All this stuff. See, DC, first of all, if you really get deeper into it, that is a federal land. So anything that you do in DC is federal crime.
Mm.
So it's very
Yeah.
interesting that he's doing this and putting these people in place and kind of like letting this be the testing ground for what he plans to do in other cities. Because I
That
believe that's exactly what this is.
yes, I agree, and he has the ability to do it because, like you said, it's federal, so it's not illegal. Everywhere else, if we had tried it somewhere else, it would be literally illegal. Go ahead. Welcome to the show, MJ. Good day. What's your thoughts?
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone on the panel. Peace to y'all. I I typed in the chat. I'm so glad that you allowed me to come up. First of all, I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'll start with this. The percentages. We've got to be careful. I
Mm.
took a class, and at first I was mad as hell that I had to take this class, but I took a class. It was like a type of legal class that I needed to graduate. And what I learned in that class is the honestly the unfairness in the laws. So, and what I'm talking about is the percentages. They're not correct because you have white collar crimes and you have crimes that people don't really consider quote unquote crimes. And what that means is when we're talking about those type of crimes, like you have embezzlement, like stuff that people in corporate office do, right, that are clearly illegal in crimes, but they're not considered like violent crimes. And then you have, so there is with the percentages, I just want people to know and realize there's a list of them from jaywalking on down that are crimes, but people don't go to prison for them and don't go to jail for them, but they're still crimes nonetheless. And there's some of them are very serious crimes when it comes to stealing products and merchandise, but people a lot of times don't consider those things crimes when they do studies and stuff. A lot of people don't consider those things crimes, and so that affects the percentages. So I don't want folks to hear those numbers and be like, oh, black folks are the ones out here doing the crimes, because when they actually did a study on it, they did a academic study on that. It turned out that those numbers were way off when you actually look at crimes just for what they are. It's the same thing. I'm gonna try and be short and bring it to a close, but something that DJ Janice just said, and I think you just said it. It's just a matter of how the law looks or how people look at things. Crack and cocaine are the same drugs, but guess what? Um, crack, which is the cheaper drug, people go to jail for like 10 times the amount of time. They've changed those laws than for cocaine. And it's the same, it's in essence, the same freaking drugs, but there's a different class of people using crack versus the wealthy people that can afford cocaine. So there's so many things behind that, and we just got to be careful when we believe that, okay, it's Black folks doing all this. Because let me just say this, my neighborhood, I live in a decent neighborhood. It's mostly retired veterans here. It's a older population. They just choose to retire in this area. But I would say my neighborhood is probably 75 to 80% Black folks, middle income, good, hardworking, church going Black folks. We can't listen to these things and let it drive us. For the most part, when I look at my life and I look at the people I'm around, my aunties, my uncles, they're retired, they're good, hardworking people. We got to remember those folks. But it's this whole thing, like the squeaky wheel gets the noise. In the news, they don't talk about all the positive things that happened in the communities. They talk about the negative and the violence and who got shot and this and that. But they're not talking about the white collar crimes in the offices, the embezzlement, the product thievery, all this stuff that goes on. It's the squeaky wheel that gets the noise. And so people think, oh my gosh, it's all a certain type of people committing these crimes. We just got to be real careful with that. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
You're welcome. Awesome. And that's why I wanted to take my time and speak to Jay, because I know he's somebody that is still building his ideologies as well. So I just want to make sure that it's challenged properly, and he also do the proper research for himself. So to not just listen to these people that look like they have authority or they speaking with facts, because a lot of times we get caught up in people that have good charisma, and we actually believe these people, and they are telling us lies, and we watch the news and they telling us lies, and then when you go look it up for yourself, you're like, damn.
Well, some of these people that say this stuff, they do, good research. Like I would say Anton Daniels, like he does pretty good research. He's a pretty thorough brother. Like he's not a bootlicker, you know what I'm saying? He's not a whitewashed Black. He's a real brother.
What makes you think Anton do research?
Damn.
He brings up statistics. He brings up stats. You know what I'm saying? You got to watch his videos.
I brought up stats before, but it's because I heard it from somebody else.
You said what?
I brought up stats before on a panel, but I heard the stats that I brought up. I didn't research it. So just because you bring up stats don't mean you research. It could be that you heard it from somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Brandon Tatum, like he brings up facts. He brings up facts. He brings up stats. He does.
And you could look at and you could read stats, and you could misinterpret the stats that you read, like what MJ is saying right there.
Yes,
look,
and
I'm not saying.
And most people do misinterpret the stats. They don't actually know how to read it. They'll see it. They'll see the percentage. 40% of Black people commits crime, when really is 40% of the crimes committed were Black people. And then when you break down those 40%, how many of those human beings are there? And then now we used to see that it's only about like a 5% of Black people commit crimes, because it's less than 1 million Black people committing crimes.
And Sharon,
can I bring up one more thing? I promise, and then I'll be quiet. There's something else I've got to say. Okay.
Just 1 second. But Sharon, I don't know what y'all talking about, but I know Uncle Jeff's wrong. I just wanted to come up here and tell Uncle Jeff he was wrong about whatever he said. I know he was wrong.
I just want to add one thing that I forgot. Also, in that class, I learned that statistically, and DJ Genesis brought this up, in certain neighborhoods, in poor neighborhoods, that they have more police officers patrolling those areas. They very rarely, we got cops that live here, right? And then we got one cop basically that patrols the area. But in areas, and it's only basically, we call them one of the domestic violence dispute and stuff like that. And then we got HOAs and other people that can get involved. You can't have so much of that going on. So it's not so necessarily that people aren't doing crimes in the suburbs, because they are, honey. They're cooking up meth labs in the suburbs. But these things,
okay, but they're not shooting each other though. They're not deleting. I don't want to get your channel. I don't want to get your channel deleted. They're not deleting each
What
other.
you talking
Okay,
about?
it's
What are you
okay.
talking about?
Hold
What are
on,
you
hold on,
talking
They're
hold
about?
not
on.
deleting.
I
They're
got
not
y'all.
What
deleting each
I
other in
am
the
still
Hold
suburbs.
speaking.
on,
I
hold
am
on.
still
I got y'all.
speaking.
They're
Hold
not
on.
deleting
Jay,
people in the
Jay,
No,
suburbs though.
sir.
hold on,
Nobody's
hold
talking
on,
about
hold
deleting
on.
no
I
damn
got you.
channel.
Let me try to take control of it, MJ. Jay, just let her finish her full statement. I give you a chance to respond as
I
well.
got you. I
Okay,
got you.
no problem. Go ahead,
Okay.
MJ.
So if you've got more cops constantly riding up and down the street looking for people, and unfortunately, like DJ Genesis was saying, in certain areas, you got more liquor stores. All this stuff adds to the crime. You got more liquor stores. You got more. I mean, there's all kinds of things that they're putting in the poor neighborhoods. You got locations with junk food. That's why people are more obese. You guys really, really need to take some time and look at the dynamics. It's not as simple as, oh, there's more crime. Let's look into why there's more crime. This inner cities are more congested. Everybody know when you throw people into a small space, there tends to be more crime. A lot of legal people know this, but the layperson who doesn't think about it day to day, including myself until I took that class, you just don't realize all this stuff is going on that's adding to the numbers in the crime. The homeless population, where are they located? Not in the suburbs. They're located near the city. So think about these things. I'm done.
Nice. Thank you, MJ. That was good. Jay, if you would like to jump in, and then thank you, Bond, for being patient. Then I'm gonna bring in Uncle Jeff, Edelman, and then we're gonna get back to the
Just
position
forgot
that
about
we're
me.
at and let Bomb get a
So
chance to give
Just
us some
forgot
thoughts.
about
uh,
me.
Uh,
No,
you're right.
go.
I'm sorry, conscious.
That's how you know.
Before
That's how you know your point ain't important. That's what he said.
I
wow,
know that's cold blooded.
I just joking.
God damn. Hold on, you're right. Let me keep the line. Go ahead, conscious moron.
No, I was just gonna say the conservative J because I'm from the Ohio area as well, the Akron area. You got to remember what was happening in the '80s. A lot of those factory jobs were leaving out as well, so that helped contribute to the crime back in the day in East Cleveland. When that whole Rust Belt area changed, so I was just
Mm.
bringing that up real quick. So you can go ahead. Though. It's
Go
my
ahead.
well,
fault.
the,
Go
the
ahead.
the piggyback. Yeah, thank you. The piggyback on her point. I mean, I never said that crime doesn't happen in the suburbs. I mean, she's trying to twist my words, and it's amazing how every
Nobody's
time
Oh,
twisting
it's
your
okay.
Oh
Let,
words.
my
let,
I
it,
didn't.
let, it,
God.
it's
hold
I'm
on.
not
Hold,
amazing.
hold,
responding
hold
to
on.
you. Who
Hold
is
on.
this
MJ,
man?
MJ,
I
MJ,
wasn't
just let
responding.
up. MJ, I got you. Just let him get it out, and
You
I give
know,
you a chance to
and this is
respond.
my issue. This is my issue with most of the FBA people and the pro-black people is that every time I try to make a point, they twist your words and say that you said something when I didn't. I never
Mhm.
said that crime doesn't happen in the suburbs, but I just said they're not deleting people in the suburbs. You know
That's
what I'm
not
saying?
true.
They're
I did
deleting.
not say I
They're
was
deleting
responding to
people.
you.
He almost
It's a
finished. Let him get it
Most
all
conversation.
out,
not in
though,
the
MJ.
suburbs.
Hold on. Let's let him get it all out,
Let
and
him
just so
finish
we,
line. Let him finish line. Why y'all would let
yeah,
him finish
let
line?
him
Go
finish
ahead, bro.
line, and
Finish
y'all.
line.
I promise you'll get a chance to clean it up.
You know,
Go
this is
ahead,
why,
Jay.
this is why I don't really hang out in black areas because they're not deleting people in the suburbs and in the outer cities. Like I'm from Cleveland, right?
Mhm.
They're not deleting people in Twinsburg. They're not deleting people in Breaksville. They're not deleting people in Kent, you know what I'm saying? But they're
Mhm.
deleting people in the inner city, you know, in Harvard, in East Cleveland, on Superior, you know what I'm saying? These majority black areas, like even in Garfield and Maple, the suburbs that, you know, are basically 85% black, you know what I'm saying? They're deleting people. They're getting overridden with crime, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, it's a
So
fact that when blacks move in the area, it
okay.
gets crime.
All right, so I'm gonna give a chance. MJ and Genesis, they want to respond, and then hopefully we could get Uncle Jeff and E in there, and then we bring Bomb in. Go ahead,
So I
MJ.
just want to say my
I gotta
answers
go
are my
after all these
my
people.
I
my
got you,
my
Bomb.
my response was just it was not in response to anybody up here. I'm actually on my cell phone. I can't even see who's talking. So I don't know what he's talking about I'm lying on him. I don't know who he is. The only people I know up here is Witch Doctor,
I didn't say
Bomb
he was
Cherry.
lying. I just said he was twisting
Well,
some
how
of my
can I
Just let,
words.
just
respond
let
to
her,
you if
just
I
let her
don't know who
finish.
the hell you are? I don't know you. You think too much of yourself.
No,
Okay.
Go
I
ahead.
don't. I just
Let-
said you were just twisting my words. I didn't say you were lying,
Child, I
man. I
didn't
just
even
said you
hear
were
your
twisting my
words. I
words.
didn't even hear your words,
Okay.
honey.
All right. So MJ, you good? So she said she didn't hear you, so it was a misunderstanding. Go ahead, Genesis. You want to respond to him?
I think that we are missing out. We're talking about the suburban crime, and we say that this
Mm-hmm.
does not exist. Suburban crime does exist. I've lived in the suburbs, and most definitely, especially even rural areas. There, listen. I lived in a very small town in Ohio called Steubenville, Ohio, and honey, you would be afraid to come on now. It's crazy, all right. So I'm gonna tell you, and I've lived in DC, and I think I was there was way more people. It's even more scarier when you're in a small town and people are killing each other than when you're in a large, grown out area, and like just be in a certain area. I would say this is that I get what he's trying to say. He's trying to say that these areas don't have as I live in the suburbs. They don't have as much as it's concentrated. But let's not just be unrealistic and just say that there's no murders that happen in a suburb. That's insane.
Perfect.
Well, not as much as the black communities. No, the black communities do it way more worse.
Why do you think that
I mean,
why do you think that black people don't live in the suburbs, honey? There's
That's what I was about to say.
That's not what I said. Again, here they go. Here goes the leftist. Here goes the leftist radical.
I'm not leftist.
Twisting people's word.
Okay,
bro, you
all right. So,
And they
go ahead,
always
with Doctor.
bro, you definitely use black community in opposition to when she said suburbs. So that implies
No,
that
y'all are no.
live
This
in the
panel,
suburbs.
this panel is twisting my words. They're saying things that I didn't say. I didn't say that crime and stuff doesn't happen in the suburbs. I never said that there's not black people that lived in the suburbs. Y'all are saying things that I didn't say.
Okay,
Well, sir,
okay,
I'll wait.
hold on. I just want to hold on, Jay. You're not being attacked. Witch Doctor was just addressing what you're saying. Let him finish addressing it, and then you can respond. You don't have to correct right away. Go ahead, Witch Doctor.
Now I was agreeing with DJ Genesis that there's black suburbs. It sounds like you were implying that black people don't live in the suburbs.
Well,
it's all black suburbs in Texas that are like one of the most richest areas. I mean, per capita, like throughout Texas, like, and it's no white people that are. These are like mostly primarily black and do not have a crime.
Well, no, there is black suburbs in Cleveland, but the problem is they're crime ridden because it's majority black, which is facts, and the majority white suburbs do not have crime.
So everywhere black people. So most of the so black people are synonymous with crime.
Yes, not all of them, but most of them. Yes, that is a statistical fact.
Medium income household income in Cleveland suburbs. If the median household income in the Cleveland suburb is of
like Garfield,
then that would kind of like make people probably be more prone to crime because they are, in poverty. I don't think it's about suburbs because you can have broke people in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think that a suburb is only rich people? It can be
when you have these type of people moving into these white communities, messing it up. Yeah, that's how they're gonna ruin it. That's how they're gonna ruin it. That's why they have black fatigue because they're ruining it.
Just get in there for a second because I want to be quick because I know Uncle Jeff gonna get them bad, right? So I just want to hit him with a quick jab, right?
Uncle Jeff can't wait. I see he got a lot of thoughts, and
I'm just.
Also, before it is Uncle Jeff go. Which job? You know Reverend Green?
Nah, who's Reverend Green?
Somebody from my channel, but yeah, he's good.
Okay, he's good. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Jeff, can I hit him with a jab or you want to hit him with the uppercut first?
Well, I'm finna be wrong about whatever I'm gonna say, Eat a Man. So
I know.
You might as well.
I was like, dang. I don't know if you can be wrong with this guy. This guy, he's so wrong. Like, he got to make Uncle Jeff right. Like, golly. But no, but one thing is, we got to stop lying, saying that it's no crimes in white, poor neighborhoods. This idea that it's not about class.
That's not what I said.
That's not what he said.
I know, sir. I'll let you respond the way you want to respond, right? So I'm going to respond the way that I want to respond. This idea that we don't have different classes in the black community where we understand that poor people typically break the law more than people who have more to lose, right? So this idea when we start talking about the suburbs and the young ladies was mentioning the point, hey, you got black areas that do not have crime, which is factual, especially me being from the South. We got to start acknowledging that we only want to talk about the least of us and not the ones that's actually winning. And I'm going to turn it over to Uncle Jeff because I can get long-winded.
Okay. Yeah. Let's sorry about that, people.
Midterms is coming up, everybody, right?
Yeah.
quotas, reporting crimes. Anyone ever take that in consideration?
All right, so yeah, but let Uncle Jeff get his thought out, and we're gonna bring you in, Reverend Green. Go ahead, Uncle Jeff.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, first off, love, peace to the panel, and
Peace.
for being as civilized as we are around this conversation. Because everybody here is smart, guess what? Everybody's right. The ant and the giraffe are both right about the jungle. Jay is right. Whether he's right, whether or not he arrives at his conclusions properly is of no matter. There are places right now that in America where no man up here would leave his daughter. These are the places that Jay is discussing, and they exist. There are reasons that they exist, but those reasons are only important to those of us who give a shit about it. People who think like Jay are willing to take that particular set of facts, because though that is a set of facts, that it is very violent. I come from the zip code 60636 in Chicago. That is one of the most violent zip codes in America and has been for the past 60 years.
Because it's a democratic shithole. It's a democratic
Because it's
shithole.
absolutely because
It's a democratic shithole. It's bad.
And it absolutely did, bro. I couldn't agree with you more. But then again, I believe that.
But these are the people that y'all vote for. This is what the people on this panel voted for. So you can't complain when you get the outcome.
Jay, is it all right if I finish my thought, brother? I don't remember interrupting you.
I'm listening.
Thank you. For whatever reason that he's right. He's right. I absolutely agree with what he just said. The difference is I don't look upon these people with disdain. I don't look at myself as separate from these people just because they are in this plight. I will have to pretty soon because there is no more safety net. They done let the dogs out today. Ain't no more safety net. All these lazy, violent, ineffective niggas that we all don't like, we finna see. They got a plan for them. We're not going to have to worry about that. Our concern is for those people amongst them that are capable, that can help us move forward. Jay's, I'll land it here. My chief problem with Jay's arguments is that they're great arguments for 1988. Right now, this suburbs he's discussing, they're on fire with unemployment. They're on fire with the fentanyl crisis.
That's not true.
Oh, okay. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Maybe all of these layoffs with the deportations and the layoffs, this hasn't affected any people who put raisins in their potato salad. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'll leave it there. I don't argue with that.
The same immigrants.
300,000 black women were.
Before y'all respond, hold on.
300,000 women were laid off last week. So
yes, and before y'all respond, let me read this. Thank you for being so kind. Thank you. I really appreciate you as well. Mahogany Roots and MJ. Thanks for being so kind. Thank you for being so generous. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Well, Sharon, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Just quick question.
It was we're gonna let Bond
trying
to get
I
it.
was after Jeff.
No,
Uncle Jeff, that wasn't my whole statement.
He can go.
Okay. Now go ahead, Bomb.
I like it. Go ahead.
No,
yeah. So we're gonna go Eat a Man, and then we're gonna get Reverend Green in there as well for the first time as well.
I'm just gonna do another jab, right? I never understood why we don't compare apples to apples. We want to compare the white suburbs to the black hood.
Right.
We never had these conversations about the trailer park versus the inner city.
Right.
We'll
Preach.
talk about the meth that they cook. Last time I checked, white folks cook meth. I don't know no
Whoops.
black people that cook it. Listen,
Whoops.
so
I've been in the trailer parks and it's way safer than the ghetto. I'm being completely honest. It's
Okay.
way safer.
Well,
You
for
bugging.
you, for
You're
you,
bugging.
yeah. So
no,
There's a
he's
Why
trailer
not.
you
park,
saying
no,
No,
bro,
he's
bro,
not. That's
let
not
bro.
him
I
have
know
fair.
it.
several white people that
no,
live
it,
in
it, it definitely
trailer
it
parks,
definitely
bro.
is. It's more safer.
You're
Wow.
Yeah,
bugging.
but no,
I'd rather much
just
be
one
around
second.
white trash than black people in the ghetto.
He's right.
Just
But
Stop it.
that's cool.
Uncle Jeff, you
Let him
know
do
what? I'm
it.
my fault either,
But
man. You know
I
why
was
he's bugging,
literally
bro? Because it's easy for people to break into trailers. A trailer
hold
park is
on.
not safe to live in, period, than a fortified crib, bro. Like, what do you
No,
mean, bro?
no. I gotta
Trailer
push back
parks,
on that.
Hold
people in
on,
trailer parks
guys.
are
I
not
was
All
doing
right. All right.
driving.
halfway. Hold on,
Let's
hold
not
on.
let's
I
not
was
break
in the
down yet. Hold on.
jab. I wasn't even
Let's
in the
not
full
that was a
Oh,
good
statement.
my
point.
bad.
So
My bad.
hold on. Yeah. I think it's good. That means that we all really want to get involved in the conversation. I think that's fine. So nobody's doing nothing disrespectful. So shout out to everybody because this is a dope conversation. Yeah, finish up, Eater Man. We're gonna get Reverend Green in there for the first time. And which doctor want to respond? Uncle Jeff
It's
want
not
to
me.
respond. Oh,
I
and then we got Bomb back in there again. Go
no.
ahead. Finish
I'll
up.
So
go
the
after
only
Uncle Jeff.
the crazy part about it, I'm and he's right in his reality. Uncle Jeff's 100% right if he feels that way. But the trailer parks in Washington, we just had one was cooking meth and half of the trailer park exploded. like,
Bruh. Bruh.
like I get that he said I fear a man versus a bomb. Cool. If that's his reality, I understand it. But I just think that a lot of us have been brainwashed that white people are safer, and it's crazy how much white people done did to us over these years that we still reflect them as safer than our own people. That's
Mm,
just
Well,
Well,
it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth. I'm not making this up.
that's
okay.
not, and I don't think that's, I think it's unfair of us to say this because I've seen this before over and over. And you are absolutely right, Jay. The hood is dangerous for you.
Mm,
Me, Witch Doctor, Eater Man, and Sharon could roll up right now to anybody's hood and read the jungle.
And so can I.
Because we are all right, sister. And now come on, I'll put you in the car with us. Because I know exactly what to do. I know exactly how to read the wall and know who to ask for to go let them know I'm here and that I'm here in peace. I didn't come to take nothing. I came here in love, and these are my people. You run it around here.
mm.
But you
yeah.
shouldn't have. But you
But
shouldn't have to do that in
No,
somebody else's
no,
that's
I tell
neighborhood
you
that looks
what.
like
No,
you. That's what
brother.
I'm saying.
No,
You
brother.
shouldn't have to do that.
Brother.
Rappers shouldn't have to check in to Houston when they,
Brother.
you know what I'm saying? Like they shouldn't have to
You're
check
right.
in with Jay Prince
That
You're
doesn't have
right.
just to go
nothing to
to a
do. That
city.
does not have to
No,
do with anything.
That's
Damn,
what
that's
he. That's what
crazy.
he just said. That's what he
no,
just
no,
That's
said.
not what he
No,
no.
said.
So
no,
Hold
Jay,
on,
it
hold
He
on,
ain't.
hold
shouldn't
on,
have
hold
to
on, hold
check
on,
in.
hold
He
on.
shouldn't have to check
Hold
in.
on, hold
brother.
on, hold on, hold on. Hold on. He was not talking about checking in, but before Unc get a chance to respond and correct it, Reverend Green, go ahead. This is your opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I voted for this.
Mm-hmm.
I want to let y'all know where I
Mm.
stand, and I want to say, furthermore, President Trump is the greatest president of the United States of America has ever had thus far.
Mm.
And if you're afraid of a spring cleaning or a summer cleaning, I don't know what to tell you. We're going to find out real quick who has the more crime, blue state or red state, very quickly. You can also look, too, with the census coming up, who's 13% and who's really the majority, who's really overrepresented and who's really underrepresented. We're going to find this out right now.
Mm.
Get ready. Get
but
ready.
sure.
Those low birth rates, that
Oh,
man out there in Kennesaw in the suburbs, he was an incel. And they're not showing pictures of his family, and they haven't arrested his family for terrorism. He unalived a cop who was a father and a husband to a woman. this incel had no man nor woman to ever find him sexually attractive. So what does he do? He tries to shoot up an impenetrable fortress. And they're trying to blame it on the jab. Anybody who buys that is a fool.
But
Yeah,
Last
Sharon,
that's
time
some
I checked,
BS. That's some BS.
the jab don't make you bust shots at cops.
yeah, I got you,
It
brother. But
doesn't take
Sharon,
that much.
I got you, Sharon. I,
Yes.
I I I don't fear my life if I show up to the hood with backpacks for school and
Mm,
bicycles for the kids. I don't
mm,
think the drug dealer's gonna run up to me and say, "Hey, why are you helping these kids out?" Or like
mm,
you, like when I volunteer at the food bank. And I'm giving out food to the people who can't afford food. I don't fear that. Like I don't understand how people fear these people if you don't mean them no harm.
mm,
Like this idea of us going, especially when we get established in life and we're going back to the hood, giving and serving the hood, because I literally just opened a business in the middle of the hood as a black man because I understood that my business was needed in that hood. I ain't never
mm,
got robbed because they know that I am coming to give to the hood, not to
mm,
take from the hood. So I think you just gotta do an evaluation of what's your purpose with the hood.
mm. That's a great point. And let's get Bomb Cherry in there. Go ahead, Bomb.
Oh, I was playing with my grandson. I agree with all y'all, okay? Except the young man. I think he's young though. How old is he?
I'm
I'm
not sure.
23. I'm about to be 24
Oh,
in August.
Oh, that
so
makes sense.
yeah, you're quite young, and it's okay, baby. The people you following, the ones you say they do the research, you might want to find you some. Maybe come over here, baby. You'll learn more. There you go.
Well, they do research. I mean, pretty well. I'm not about to diminish Anton and Brad Taylor. They did pretty good. Now, I don't agree with everything they say, but most of the things they say is, it's true.
Uh, Um,
What are you trying to conserve, Mr. Jack?
good
You said
question.
what?
What are you trying
What
to
is
confirm?
exactly are you trying to conserve, Mr. J, conservative Jack? What are you trying to conserve?
No, I'm saying I like conservatives because they have, Christian values and they don't play victim and they don't
But
blame the
what
white man.
values are you trying to conserve of the Christian values?
Mm,
I would say being against the LGBT, the nuclear family. They're pretty big on the
Same
nuclear
here.
family.
I agree.
I grew up with like my mom and my dad. You know what I'm saying? I think in the black
Same
community,
here.
there's too many single parent households. I think that's a big issue.
mm,
I agree.
Uh, right to bear arms. I strongly believe in the Second Amendment. I believe in
Same
freedom
here.
of speech. I don't believe nobody should get canceled. For what they say.
mm, mm.
Doesn't
All right, well,
bother me
let's.
either way.
I mean, I don't agree with that.
So it sounds like you advocating for black people to be more conservative, correct?
Yeah, they should. Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
so if black people was more conservative, you believe that the violence would be down?
Yes, just look at the blue versus red areas. I mean, the areas that vote majority blue are crime ridden
So hold
and
on.
are
Well,
and are shitholes.
when you say that, I stay in Washington State, right? And it's a blue state that doesn't have like one of the less crime rates compared to other countries. So why I mean other states. I'm sorry. So
It's okay.
why do we pick and choose what blue and red states we want to talk about? I get what's going on in Chicago, but if I was to go to a blue state like New Orleans, I mean a red state like New Orleans or a red state like Texas, Texas got a whole bunch of crime. I know we want to act like they don't. Or if I go to Georgia and we go to Atlanta, which is a red state,
Pink. It's pink state.
why don't we look at the full picture and we try to pick and choose which blue states and red states are better?
And what crimes are
Well,
y'all
New
talking
Orleans,
about?
well,
What crimes are you?
New Orleans is democratic. I mean, that's a democratic shell. They ran by liberals, so yeah, it's gonna be a
Georgia.
Mississippi is
shithole.
red.
Well, let's use Georgia. Okay, I got you.
But
We
Louisiana is a whole state, not just the New Orleans. That's just a city in Louisiana.
Shout out
Louisiana.
to Brett Favre for the biggest food stamp champ. Red State
No,
What
I'm
kind of
just saying
crimes
documentary
are
on
you?
like
Netflix.
What kind of crimes are y'all talking about specifically? Because I just looked it up on Chat GPT, and it says red states,
The most
M word,
violent.
M word, the deletion word, the M word that coincides with deletion, have been 20 to 33% higher. They got a 20 to 33% higher
Right.
um
Deletion
M
rate.
word rate, deletion rate than blue states. So what crimes we talking
Well,
about?
that's
Because
no, that's
homicide.
in that's in the city though. They're not talking about the suburb. That's in the city because
It's
the
But
city is ran
but
by
now your point
Democrats.
is
hold
void
on.
though,
This
because
man
you're
is
saying that
tripping.
red states are doing better than blue states. But when we look at what's going on in Florida, I know Florida's a red state. They out there
Hmm.
killing people. You go to Texas, they're killing
Jacksonville.
people. Literally,
Jacksonville's the new
like
Chicago.
it's two sides. It's just two side arguments to the bare arms. We
Right,
don't see people in New York getting shot, which is a blue state
right.
for the most part.
No, people in New York get shot. I mean, in Brooklyn. I mean, in the
No,
Bronx, in
I promise
Queens.
you, if you compare New York to Florida, more people get shot in Florida.
And we got maybe 3 times more people.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's almost like you using data, and I might be interpreting it wrong to make a point, but I can take the same data that you're using to prove that your point is incorrect.
Right. And also, let me
Well,
say
no, they're not.
before
They're
you go,
not. They're
Jay,
not.
before you go, Jay, I want you to think about it before you just say something. Shout out to the Shiesty Avengers, Ashton. Welcome back, Sharon. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for being so generous. So, and this is where it comes into where you got to be careful on when you just regurgitate people's research, because you got to be able to learn how to break down stats yourself and not just say, hey, blue states versus red states. And then when we really break down what you're saying, a red state versus blue state, it seems like the red states are deleting people at higher rates.
Hmm.
But I got a
Well,
question for Reverend Green.
Yes,
Reverend
sir.
Green, you said something, and I'm conservative, but I want to ask you a question just to see if you're a realist. What have
Hmm.
Trump did that you disagree with?
Ooh,
Oh, that's a great question. Who am I
that is.
speaking to?
Emmanuel or Edelman
Okay.
or the Travel
Uh,
King, whatever you want to address me at. I'm a little bit of everything right now.
Thank you, Mr. Travel King. That's a great question. Um, my my only problem with this administration, Trump's administration, is that he's not moving fast enough.
Okay.
That's it.
So outside of him moving fast, you feel like you have no problem with anything else he's implementing.
Nope. He's just not
Yeah.
moving fast enough for me.
Yeah, so and I think, and I like I said, everybody know I voted for Trump, but I can be realistic to say there's a lot of stuff that I disagree. Like the idea of if I shoot a police officer, regardless of the situation, I should get the death penalty. And then y'all also say that y'all conservative and I got the right to bear arms and protect my family. And we done seen police officers run into people's house and kill people. And it's almost like those things that he can't do no wrong. Like we
Yeah,
can't
he
just have
doesn't make.
a black and white thing that says that you go to jail if you kill a police officer, no matter the situation. And those are the things that I see, and I was like, I wish he wouldn't have moved that way. And I can be
Mhm.
realistic because I'm logical. But when I talk to some conservatives, they can't be realistic. They think that this man walk on water, which he don't.
well,
Yeah,
I'm
I
not.
would
I didn't
agree. I
really.
was gonna
I didn't
answer
vote for
that.
Trump.
I
I didn't
voted for
vote.
Trump.
I
And if
voted
I could do
locally.
it again, I would do it again in 2028. Also, you're right. It comes down to the political messaging. However, Mr. Donald Trump does not make the laws. He signs the checks. He signs the executive orders, but he doesn't make the laws legislationally. The laws change
But
state to state every
But
week.
that's still a bad argument because Republicans run the House, and it's still it's almost like you didn't. It's almost like the RICO charge. You didn't pull the trigger, but you the head of the organization. Like, what are we talking about?
Again,
That's a good point. Let me just
Mr. Trump might have asked for clemency for Mr. Mr.
Take your time.
What's his name? Not Big Meech, but the other one, Larry Hoover, Mr. Hoover. But he also admitted that he can't free him. That's up to Illinois. See what I mean? He could do the political messaging. He can encourage it. He can discourage it as well. But this is a state legislation, even federal thing. He's on an executive level. He is not. He is not the one who makes the laws and passes them.
Okay, before you answer,
He signs the checks.
Shout out to the Cash App. It says with the fireball, take your cracker ass to the suburbs.
I would never be going to the suburbs. I love it. I love it here around my people, FBAs. You know, I love FBA. I'm more attracted to those type of women. You know.
Also, do you consider yourself FBA?
Every day.
That was it.
My lineage. My people have always been here.
Shout out to the Cash App. It also says, what about the sundown white towns, Ninja?
Filled with AIDS. Fentanyl overdoses. Yes.
And
you thought I was finna cap about something? I'm telling it just the way it is. If you thought I was a fan of somebody, I'm just telling you who I voted for, and that's simple as that. But if you're thinking I'm a fan or a fanatic, nah, not a fanatic.
That's good because
my father was my hero.
That's good. We do need people.
These people, these pale failures, they need a hero. I don't need a hero.
All right.
We have our own heroes.
We got one more. What traditions are MAGA trying to conserve, Ninja?
I'm not MAGA. Done told y'all that.
I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jay,
I didn't even vote. Yeah, I just told him, man. The nuclear family, you know, the Second Amendment. I mean, the right to freedom of speech.
Think I'm finna vote for a woman?
I'm against.
Who's finna get beat anyways, just like the last woman who went against them.
I'm against illegal immigration.
I'm against
I believe that our borders should be secure.
Wow. Also, shout out to Big Giz with the 2-ball. It seems like we all set in our ways.
All these blacks up here talking about we want immigrants. It's like you want immigrants so bad. How about you open your door?
Saying we want immigrants.
I'm not talking about up here in general. I'm
a whole immigrant.
But I'm saying, what do you mean?
Wait. Let me finish my point, man. Y'all cutting me off. I'm just saying what y'all are voting for. Y'all are voting for the Democrats, which support wide open borders, but y'all are the same people that won't open your door to some random off the street.
Nobody is for wide open borders.
Nobody.
You just making that up.
Man, I would have built that wall too. President Trump offered to relocate my family.
And yet
when Joe Biden was in office, it was the biggest time when illegal immigrants came to this country. The borders were wide open.
That is not true.
And I think Obama got rid of like the most illegal immigrants during his election.
That's right.
Absolutely. But hold on, guys. I had to switch over.
You have to switch over. Also, before you switch over, also it says, what does MAGA mean to a black conservative? Who want to answer that first? Because we got 3 of y'all here.
Well, look,
I keep telling people you gotta ask some MAGA. Okay, I have no idea.
We only got 2 here. So, Edelman, what does MAGA mean to you?
I'm not part of the MAGA party.
Not part of MAGA.
Yeah, I'm not a part of MAGA. So, go ahead.
Trump is MAGA.
So it said, what does MAGA mean to a black conservative? So y'all don't really consider yourselves a part of that at all.
Nope.
Yeah. No. Just because
I'm embarrassed. That's why.
No. Like, so say
He's a
for
federalist. He's not MAGA. He's a federalist, and MAGA are just being used. That they don't even realize it. Poor people.
no.
I would agree that there's some manipulation.
No, let me help you understand. We know that the Democratic Party mess with
It's trash.
no, they mess with the LGBT, whatever the initiation is of all of them, right? It'd be incorrect, and I say, what do LBG mean to you? You say I don't identify with that, but I still support Democrats. Like that's the point that I'm making. Is just because that is also connected to him, the Republican Party. I mean that we're connected to it. But before I got off, I forgot his name, sir. I know it's Reverend Conservative. I think
Reverend Green.
Reverend Green.
I would say I've always leaned more to the right. Not gonna say I'm conservative, but I've always leaned towards the right.
Yeah, but hold on. But let's go back. Let's go back because I had my phone died, so I had to switch to my laptop. So, so when you talk about the three branches of government, the president do have some play into laws, right? Like he can veto a law. That means he can stop a law into going into existence, for example. So it's not like he's so it's not that he's an innocent bystander. He still do have to sign off on laws. Do you agree with that?
He does sign the checks. Yes, he does. He signs those bills.
So I'm trying to figure out why are you trying to make the argument that he have nothing to do with the laws that are going into place as the president?
On a state level, no. On a federal level, no. Remember,
with the state level laws, what are you talking about?
On a state level, legislatively,
he has his group of people, his cronies, doing what he wants to be done, right?
He could send a message. He could send a message, and
I just don't understand.
Actually, what she said is false because a lot of them have said no to some of the stuff that he tried to do.
No.
Over there trying to change, break laws, and now.
No, but I think maybe I paid attention in school, right? Maybe I just paid attention. And if he do an executive order that eventually move into law, that means he had everything to do with it.
Well, that's not true because it has to go through legislation.
No, see, at this point, when they have the House, and they have the majority, they have the Senate, essentially. They can bypass certain chambers that wouldn't. He could bypass certain things.
No, but they're not bypassing. I get what y'all saying can happen. It's starting with an idea from Trump. They execute the law. He signed off on the law. I'm just trying to understand is why y'all don't want to hold him accountable. Because I just feel like this.
Accountable for what?
Okay. Hold agenda called Project 2025 or whatever it's called. And
Trump didn't have. First off, Trump didn't have nothing to do with that. He didn't have nothing to do with that. He didn't even endorse it.
Hold on, we gotta speak.
He didn't even endorse it.
Just trying to get a point out. Let's allow her to at least get the point out.
I mean, dang, like I'm not a fan of Trump either, but I mean, we can't just lie.
And before we got Genesis going, we got Bomb Cherry go. Please let them finish their full thought. Big Giz, member for 19 months. He is not a human being. We want others to change values while they stay the same. Shout out to Big Giz for holding DJ Witch Doctor down for 19 months. That is a real friend. Because we don't say the N-word. Because we don't say the N-word over here. We say friend. Big Giz is a real friend. Go ahead, DJ Genesis.
So he is using Project 2025 to so-called reshape America, and this is also including like getting rid of certain things in the Smithsonian, rewriting history. He actually has a thing right now where he's actually making the Smithsonian actually get rid of anything that has any rewriting American history. So we're going to talk about like just even just what's happening on the streets, but he's rewriting history with this whole thing. So I'm saying is that let's get into that whole thing with the Smithsonian and how that is affecting us as well with our own history. You know, so
What does symbology mean? To what does that do for us? The symbolic gestures. Does my daughter can't eat promising words.
what do you mean promising words? If we don't know
You
that
know, my daughter done grown out of
history is rewritten.
my daughter done grown out of certain toys and stuff like that. I can't. That
Well,
don't
you're
mean nothing. So
Your
I'm a
daughter-
grown man. So
your
for the
daughter
man,
doesn't-
woman,
If you
so
don't know
every
that
man, woman, so every man, woman, and child in America right now, what does these symbolic effigies mean? What do they mean in the scheme of things?
well,
What
it
you gonna
teaches
get?
a history.
What-
Go ahead, Bob.
What you gonna get from no education? What you gonna get from if you fall on hard times, there's no help? What you gonna get from the economy, prices going up where people could barely afford food? What you getting from what they really are putting forward, right? That the realities of what's going on. What you get from that? Okay.
Is this a question for me?
Yeah,
Sweetie?
you don't. You're not going for
I
the
love-
symbolic things. Okay,
I-
we get that.
I love the
Now, let's
I
tell us
love
what
that
you're gonna do
accent,
with the
sweetie.
reality.
That accent
I'm not
sounds
I'm not
delicious.
sweetie. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay, my husband's standing right here. Come on
Yeah.
now.
Shout out to
I'm-
Mister. You got a
Okay.
good one right there. So, anyways, as I was gonna say,
That's crazy.
Why do people keep saying he's trying to change history though? Like I don't.
He
He's
is
not
trying to change
changing
history.
history.
If you listen, have you read the whole Smithsonian thing to get rid of anything that have anything to do negative? He's trying to create a whole narrative about America being this great country and this, that, the other, getting rid of
It
anything
is.
negative about America.
You give up your seat and go to
Well,
Africa.
if you don't like America, if somebody doesn't like America,
But
they should
the
simply just
history is the
leave.
history. If something happened,
That's how I
it
look at it.
happened. So
You
we
show me where
She
the
didn't
grass
say
is
that
greener.
America is bad. She's saying that he's
Yeah,
trying
leave.
to
I mean,
erase
if you don't like
real
them,
things that really happened. Y'all don't
what
understand
happened.
what she
Right,
said?
Tuskegee experiment,
but that's not what.
slavery, all
I
type of stuff
mean,
like
they
that.
can't. They're not doing that though.
Yes,
Yes,
they
they
You can't. You
are.
can't do it. You can't. Do
That's
it.
what they've been
That's
doing.
not what he's doing.
up.
That's
He's
not
been
what he's doing.
erasing things on websites. What are you talking about? Taking pictures on walls.
Internet been getting scrubbed every day, sis.
We can't believe
Queen.
everything we see online. They can say
What
the
are we
sky is
talking
red,
about?
and then you gonna
Hold on,
believe it.
hold on.
All right,
That's
all right,
the
all right,
thing.
all right,
Hold
all right.
on,
Hold
one
on.
second,
Let me
Sharon, Sharon.
You know what I mean? They
recalibrate
just
it.
pulling.
Hold on, y'all.
They just pulling stuff out of thin
Hold
air.
on, Jay. Hold on,
Could
Jay.
you please
You
bring
gotta
that
let me
up?
give you
Hold
that
on,
after you finish.
Genesis. Hold on, E. Let me try to recalibrate it. Hold
Please
on.
bring this up.
Shout out to Sugar Bum. Go to bed, Sharon. Our baddie needs his beauty rest.
But listen, that sounds crazy to me, Sharon. That people say you can't believe everything you hear, and they believe in everything Trump says. Like that. That sounds so crazy to me. Like I'm a type of person that challenge
Now, like I
everything.
said, if you
All right,
if
so
you
hold on.
believe if
So you
you
got a
want to
question. So we got a
believe the
question.
narrative, that's on you. But
Hold
he's
on, we
not
got a
trying to
question,
change
but don't
stuff.
forget, Jay,
That's
you also saying a lot of things that you heard from the internet as well. You repeating things without actually doing your own research. You trust in other people that you believe did research, but you don't actually know they did research. You believe in their charisma.
But they were showing.
Hold on, you are believing their charisma instead of actually checking out the facts that they are saying. But this is a question for the panel, and I will bring you in, Coco Loco. Boxing, have patience. Just like you waiting for that left hook, have patience. Black and Proud, aka Black Art Sharon, ask them if Trump is MAGA and they voted for Trump, they should know MAGA means to what MAGA means to a black conservative.
No, so black, they asked what it mean to us. And we said that we didn't identify to it. So that's the whole point. It's like when I hear people say, just because, like, I go back to my example, just because the Democrat push an agenda, Sharon can say, I don't identify that. I have a wife. I don't identify with that, but I still support the party. So this idea that we have to support everything that Trump, well, I don't. Let me speak for me, because it sounds like they whatever Trump do, they go with. But listen, it's certain things that I'm like, I really think that he should have did better. And I just told myself, if I'm going to be critical of the Democratic Party, I have to be critical of my party too. And I think a lot of people who support Trump can't do that.
That's wrong. Okay. You know what the origin story for me is? There's a couple things. Twice. First, it was the Khalif Browder story out of New York when them illegals lied on him, falsified a report, and he was jailed for over 2 years for something he didn't do. And they escaped and fled back to Mexico like cowards. You know? And then the second part that put the convention and the battery in my back was during the Biden administration, the old Biden administration, because Obama was really the proxy president at the time.
Y'all hitting shit. I knew
You
it
know,
was
it hurt my portfolio so bad, but thank God I knew not to sell. I didn't have weak hands.
So
And also, September 13th, Canelo Alvarez getting knocked out. He getting knocked out by Terrence Bud Crawford on FBA.
He might not get knocked. I don't think he might get knocked out.
I
don't know about knocked out.
He getting just like Trump is cooking. Let Terrence Bud Crawford gonna be cooking too.
Before we go to boxing, I can't answer. Black question is, what is a black conservative, right? Because I do identify as a black conservative. A black conservative is someone who believes in more traditional values. When it talks about husband and wife inside of a household, actually upraising your kids under a Christian belief, like those are the things that I believe as a black conservative that I do get behind. But black conservative and MAGA are two different things, but they're both under the Republican Party. I could be wrong.
Why can't you just be conservative? Why do you have to be black conservative?
Can I ask Emmanuel a question?
Because I'm black. Hold on. Why do I have to be black conservative?
Why you put the identity politics
The Democrats
into
go
it?
against the church.
No,
the Democrats go against the church.
They go against black people is what the
Hold on 1 second. He asked, why do I identify as black? Sir, I don't know what you
Black conservative. Why aren't you just conservative?
I'm gonna tell you because
I'm an FBA.
Hold on,
I'm FBA. My thing is the code.
I'm gonna answer
my thing is the code.
Hold on 1 second.
My paperwork says I'm on code.
I got you, brother. But what I'm trying to help you understand is I am a black man that is.
You said that several times, and I'm a straight one too. And what about the starving kids across Europe? No one cares.
Ooh, and he is stepdaddy.
Oh, all right, hold on. Before Fighter asks this question, go ahead, Genesis. You wanted to bring something to the stage. Let's go ahead.
So I was trying to explain that what they're doing as the 250th anniversary of the nation's founding, what they're trying to do with this executive order 14253, restoring truth and sanity to American history, is leading a comprehensive internal review of selected Smithsonian museums, selected ones, not all, but the ones that they feel that are telling, like removing divisive or partisan narratives to restore confidence in our shared cultural institutions. That means that if it says anything that happened, they could be able to just scrub history and you go to these museums, and it will not be the actual thing that happened. Only like the good part, like on the good ship, lollipop. And it's like, okay, well, things did happen. So why are we trying? And when they start to do this, then next thing you know, it's gonna be books. It's gonna be the educational system. They're gonna start with the museums, and then they'll be able to go down from there and scrub history of everything.
Yeah, just like they scrubbed up the men's bathrooms and the women's bathrooms, right? And they put it to trans, and anyone else can come up into it.
Wow.
The sports, everything.
The only thing that you guys care about is Democrat versus Republican. I'm not Democrat or Republican.
I just told you as well. But I voted for Trump.
Just like y'all don't tell them.
Listen, gender.
Just like y'all don't tell them Arabs that be selling liquor to black people. Y'all don't ever have energy for them.
It's the golden age. Common sense is here.
Bro,
so
black people so dope to your family, bro. Stop that.
People so uneducated. It's crazy.
Y'all don't be confronting them Arabs. Y'all don't be confronting the Mexicans selling drugs to y'all on the West Coast.
Museums. Hold on. The ones that
You
put the
still
money.
going to the Arab for your liquor and blunts and your baby pampers still
Right.
getting overcharged.
Honey,
All
I
right,
don't
hold
live
on,
in a
hold on,
neighborhood
hold
that
on,
has
hold on,
Arabs
hold on,
and, and,
hold on.
and,
Let
and all that stuff. So
Genesis
I don't know
finish
what
her
you're
There's
point,
talking about.
y'all.
vacancies now. There's gonna be some more vacancies
Hold
now.
on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. Let
Honey,
Genesis.
gas come from the Arab. What do you mean?
She probably let
Right.
that
We
same
about to
she
start
probably be letting the
drilling.
Democratic
If you go to
Drill, baby,
Israel,
drill.
Okay,
Drill,
okay, hold
baby,
on,
drill.
y'all.
you
Hold
It's
on.
going as
Hold
well.
probably be
on,
letting that
hold on,
Democratic
hold on.
lady you probably
Okay.
be letting the
Okay.
Democratic white lady tell you what it
Hold
is to
on,
be
Jay.
black.
Hold on, Jay. Hold on, Jay.
Imagine that.
Hold on, Jay. We want everybody. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Everybody pause for a second so we can hear everybody. Go ahead, Coco Loco, so we can reset the room, ask your question or whatever you want to bring into the show. Go ahead.
All right, what's going on, Sharon, man? I was a little worried. I thought you finally got a job again and you was back at construction, but I'm glad to see you back on YouTube. You're alive and healthy and happy and smiling with all your teeth,
Hater,
with all your
hater.
teeth, with all your teeth. Nah, I fuck with Sharon,
Yeah, you
man.
breaking up.
But go ahead.
I got that ice
And
internet.
by the way, he on your show. Oh, my bad. I thought I was
No,
muted.
I didn't know. I thought I was on Witch Doctors. I didn't know. I really didn't know because they're simulcasting. So, but
He lied. You saw Sharon's face with that
So
hat on.
Emmanuel, no, I don't, because I don't hate Sharon. Like me and with Sharon go way back. But Emmanuel Williams, how does it feel to be a stepdaddy?
It feel real good. Go check my page. Why y'all niggas?
Yeah,
Why? Hold on.
you a stepdaddy, bro. Use pussy, bro.
And
You
when you
motherfucker.
complain
Use
about getting a
pussy, bro.
woman,
Use
you can't
pussy.
get a
I'm not
woman.
complaining about nothing.
Crazy.
I don't chase
Okay.
single mothers.
All right, look.
Asian
So
single
check this out.
mothers.
Listen,
Asian single
listen.
mothers. You
Well, let
fat
me answer
boy.
your question, sir.
Fat
Can I
boy.
answer your
What are you
You
question?
talking about
fat.
right
You're fat.
Okay, thank you.
Let's go.
Listen,
Let's get it, nigga. Let's get it,
the
fat boy.
the funny part about it, Sharon,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't complaining. I'm over here in DR, traveling the world, living my lifestyle, and this nigga worried about me. When the last time I went to go check on his page? Oh, I forgot he had a page. But I'm gonna let you go ahead and end the show. I know what time it is, but I just learned that
It's time to go. That's what he just learned. And hey, I just got one.
Don't get mad at me, nigga. I'm here telling the truth. If somebody else should have told you this.